Chair recognizes Representative Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I want to turn to the war in Sudan. This is, as you know, the world's largest displacement and humanitarian crisis. 500,000 people are facing famine. I saw firsthand the suffering when I visited Sudanese refugees in Chad. Earlier this year, and again yesterday, you reiterated that the Rapid Support Forces, a militia, is committing a genocide in Sudan. Is that correct?
We're very concerned about what both sides are doing, frankly, but the RSF in particular.
Correct.
Hey everyone, welcome back to True Voice. I'm Andrew, and if you want honest, no BS takes on the stuff that really matters, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right in. So I just watched this intense clip where Representative Sara Jacobs absolutely presses Senator Marco Rubio about Trump's business dealings with the UAE, and the whole thing is tied up with some serious questions about U.S. foreign policy, ethics, and human rights. Let's watch.
I agree with that. You also said as part of that all of our engagement with the UAE, we need to raise the fact that they are openly supporting an entity that is carrying out a genocide. And yet, President Trump continues to arm the UAE. In fact, he just blew through Ranking Member Meek's congressional hold on over $1 billion in arms sales, ignoring this committee's longstanding role as an independent check on major arms sales. And we can have a policy debate here about the merits of continuing to arm the UAE or not, despite this genocide. I had that same conversation with Secretary Blinken. But actually, I want to talk about the events that led up to that decision. So on April 30th, the Trump Organization, which Donald Trump still owns, unveiled plans to build an 80-story Trump Tower in Dubai. Then on May 1st, Trump's crypto company, World Liberty Financial, secured a $2 billion deal with an Emirati company with deep ties to the government. And only 11 days later, on May 12th, your department notified our committee that it would ignore Ranking Member Meek's holds on UAE arms sales. Secretary Rubio, we have a president who is personally profiting from a deal with a foreign government-backed company at the same time he is selling lethal weapons to that same government. Isn't that a clear conflict of interest?
I think no matter who was president, they would have to deal with the UAE. We have to. There are members.
That's not my question. We can have a policy debate about how we should engage with the UAE.
You're making claims about corruption, and I'm answering that any president in the United States, I don't care who the president is, would have to deal with UAE. They're a member of the Abraham Accords, number one. They've been incredibly cooperative on a bunch of other issues. We don't agree with them on 100%. We have concerns about some of the things they do, but this is called the balancing of foreign policy.
Secretary
it is
Rubio,
in our national interest to have
you.
a good relationship with the UAE, despite the fact that there are things we do we don't like.
Secretary Rubio, I don't disagree with you. I just visited the UAE a couple weeks ago and had these very same conversations there, but I don't think this is a complicated question. President Trump is personally profiting from a deal with a foreign government while selling weapons to that same government who is enabling a genocide. Policy aside, are you really saying you don't think this is a conflict of interest?
No, you're making claims. The president's family owns a business, and they can conduct business anywhere in the world they want. The president's never once raised business deals in UAE when talking about it. Any president would have to have a relationship with the UAE.
Secretary Rubio, that's just silly.
The previous administration had one too.
President Trump has retained his ownership of these companies, and I have an image right here from World Liberty Financial's website. So the idea that President Trump is not the face of the brand of this company on top from benefiting from them, and it literally says on the website that Mr. Trump and his family members own a 60% stake in this company, that's silly. So we can talk about the policy merits. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you a very simple question. Do you believe it's a conflict of interest to have a president personally profiting from a deal with a foreign government while selling weapons to that same government who's enabling a genocide?
I don't accept the premise of your question. I think this has nothing to do with personally benefiting from anything. This has to do with the fact that in order to conduct foreign policy in the Middle East, you're going to have to deal with the UAE.
Mr. Secretary, this is a clear conflict of interest, and anyone with any common sense can see that. The president is personally benefiting from billions of dollars of deals, and he doesn't care at all about the people of Sudan who are experiencing famine and genocide. It's shocking to me that you can't admit that. It's clear that you seem more concerned about staying in Trump's good graces than sticking up for human rights and American values that you once were a champion for. With that, I'm going to yield the remainder of my time to Representative Olszewski.
Well, you make these claims about staying in good graces. You accuse people of being
reclaiming my time,
corrupt.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
False.
I appreciate a softball for you, yes or no, since I don't have a lot of time, and I appreciate it. The chairman gives me a few seconds back. Softball for you. Would you, yes or no, as Secretary, find it outrageous for you to solicit or accept a $200,000 Rolls Royce from a foreign government for personal or State Department use?
That offer's never been made to me.
Yes, so you would reject that offer?
The offer of a Rolls Royce?
Yes.
I don't understand the purpose of that
You
question.
would.
That's a silly question.
The fact that you can't answer the question,
I
Mr.
just answered it.
Secretary,
I said it's silly.
silly because you would accept it or not.
Of course not. Who would accept it? But no
Well,
one's
then
giving.
I think you should
what are
maybe
you
perhaps,
equating that to?
Mr. Secretary, reclaim my time. I think you are an honorable man by most accounts, but the man that you work for doesn't. And the fact that he is soliciting and accepting a $400 million plane is problematic. And you should know about it. It came up in a Senate hearing. You should read about it, add it to your reading, because it is problematic for foreign policy. It adds to the corruption that my colleague just said. And I hope you speak out against it. Thank you.
Here's what really
Chair
jumps out at me.
recognizes
Sarah
Representative
Jacobs is calling out the
Thank you,
glaring
Mr.
conflict
Chairman.
of interest.
Mr.
Trump's family is
Secretary, I
making
wanna turn
billions
to the
off business
war
deals
in
with a foreign
Sudan.
government that the U.S. is simultaneously arming,
This is,
a government
as you
tied
know,
to
the
atrocities
world's
in
largest
Sudan.
displacement
And Rubio's
and
response,
humanitarian
the usual
crisis.
foreign policy requires
500,000
tough choices
people are
line,
facing
basically sweeping
famine.
the ethical
I
concerns
saw
under the rug.
firsthand
From a
the
left-wing patriot
suffering,
perspective,
when I
this is
visited
deeply
Sudanese
troubling.
refugees
We should be
in
holding our
Chad.
leaders accountable, especially when
Earlier
American-made
this
weapons
year,
might
and
be
again
fueling
yesterday,
genocide
you
abroad, while the
reiterated
president
that
personally
the
profits
Rapid
from deals with the same
Support
regime.
Forces,
That's not just a policy
militia,
debate, it's a
is
moral
committing a
crisis.
genocide
I'm proud
in
to see someone like
Sudan.
Sarah
Is that
Jacobs
correct?
not backing down,
Yeah, we're very
pushing hard for
concerned about what
transparency
both sides are
and
doing,
standing up
frankly,
for
but
human
the
rights.
RSF
It's infuriating to hear Rubio dismiss the
I
conflict
agree
of
with
interest
that.
and seem more
You
concerned
also
with
said
staying
as
loyal
part
to
of
Trump
that,
than defending
that
American
all of our
values.
engagement
Look,
with
protecting
the
national
UAE,
interests doesn't mean turning a
need to
blind
raise
eye
the
to
fact that
corruption
they are
and human
openly
suffering.
supporting
Our
an
government
entity
should
that is
represent the
carrying
people,
out a
not
genocide.
personal profit schemes of those in
And
power.
yet,
If you agree with
President
me
Trump
and want to keep
continues to
conversations like
arm
this
the
going,
UAE.
make sure
In
to subscribe
fact,
to
he
True
just
Voice
blew
for more
through
real talk.
ranking member
Drop your
Meek's
thoughts below.
congressional
What
hold
do you think about this
on
conflict
over
of interest
$1
and the
billion
U.S. role
in
in the
arms
Sudan
sales,
crisis?
ignoring
Let's
this
keep it honest and
committee's
real. Thanks for watching,
longstanding role
and I'll
as
catch
an
you in the next one.
independent check